同学们好. All right. It is, I think, where are we? It's class 4, 22nd of November. So we're going to be doing the last two parts of our Lady Works Shuttles today. So we did 1 and 2. We did 1 and then we did 2 last week. We'll do 3 and 4 today. And so let us just begin with our fundamental practice. So let's start with standing practice. So feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, and we'll do bow stance after we've done this one for a little bit. So let's just begin in pole stance. And we'll do this for about 2 or 3 minutes. So legs bent, arms in a nice circle in front of you, fingertips fist width apart. Let's do our posture checks. So pushing up the head, and feel the rest of your body sinking down from the neck on down. So a separation between your head and the rest of the body. Number 2, sink the shoulders and drop the elbows. So now feel that lengthening in your neck as the head goes up, shoulders go down. Number 3, actually go down to your waist. So relax the waist, dropping your hips straight down. So now feel that relax, i.e. opening and extending in the rest of your spine. So that's up, down. Now let's do side to side by absorbing the chest and rounding the back. Pull open your elbows and then pull the fingertips away from the elbows so that you have a nice opening. And what we're trying to train is our breathing as well as our posture. So notice your breathing and see if you can observe as you breathe in, your abdomen expanding, and as you breathe out, abdomen contracting. And so to work on that, change the angle of your hips slightly. So you tilt your pelvis in a little bit more and see if your breathing gets easier or lighter. And if it gets tighter, then go back the other way. So you're trying to find the exact angle, the exact fold in the front of your hips that allow your breathing to be open and relaxed and your whole body to be open. One of the essential principles is use intent, not strength. And actually that is all about relax. And then we use it in standing practice, but we also use it in moving practice. Now let's shift to doing a bow stance. So shift your weight to one side, open one toe to the corner, step out, shoulder width forward, and change into a bow stance. Feel your crotch rounded. We'll do this just for a minute. You can do it longer if you practice on your own, if you're comfortable. So you want folding forward at the torso so that your torso is in line with your back leg. You're looking straight ahead in the direction of your front toe. Your palms are both in the direction of your front toe. Head up, shoulders down, elbows down. Absorb the chest, round the back, and relax the waist. So here, experiment with the angle of your hips to find the one that gives you the most freedom in your breathing. The longer you can stay in this posture, the better. But to begin with, it's quite hard on the arms. So we'll just do a minute. So we're going to shift back, pick up the front foot, put it down next to the old one. Shift your weight over. First, establish your weight on the new foot so that your weight is now right over the foot. Step out, come forward, and you're pointing towards the front. Head up, shoulders down, elbows down, absorb the chest, relax the waist, and actually feel the weight on your feet. Both feet are flat on the ground, so even weight forward and back. between the heel and the ball, particularly your back heel. Make sure your back heel isn't floating up. Make sure you've got your crotch rounded so that your knees aren't tilting in. Experiment with the angle of your waist to see if you can relax your waist. And come out. So what we're going to do now, so we've been working in using standing practice to work on our stance. And stance actually comes in three parts: standing, moving, and rooting. And so standing is just, the givens of where we put our feet. Moving is what we did last week, which is how we move our, from one posture to another. So today we're going to work on rooting, which is the third part. So let's perform a bow stance. So let's say start, one foot to the corners, come out, other foot to the front. So what I'd like you to do here is shift your weight back and make sure that your feet are down. You've probably got 70% in the back, 30 in the front. Now move your weight forward. Now you're 60 in the front, 30 in the back. And it's almost like throw your weight back and stop. Throw your weight forward and stop. Throw your weight back and stop. Throw the weight forward and stop. And what I'd like you to find is the two elements of rooting. So one is push and support. So here, for example, the back leg, I'm pushing with my front leg and my back leg is supporting that push. It's stopping it. At the same time, my back leg is pushing forward and my front leg is stopping it. So it's both legs are active, and the same is true when I'm here. So there's always a dynamic tension between our legs. So let's change to the other side. Again, so we're going to go to the back, to the front. Feel as if there's a big hole in the floor. You've got a chain around your waist with a big concrete ball hanging through the floor, and you're swinging this ball forwards and backwards. And what you should look for is when you come forward and you stop, your front leg stopping you coming forward, you'll feel a pulse in your back heel. When you go back and your back leg stops you from like falling over, you'll feel the pulse comes back into your front leg. So if you go forward, you'll feel a push in the back. When you go back, you'll feel a push in the front. And this we call central settle down. And it's almost like a spring-like feeling when you go forward. And I'll exaggerate, you go back and then you come a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit. So it goes doing, doing, doing. So that's what we're playing with rooting. Normally, let's change to the other side. We do the form so slowly that you don't really get this feeling of central settle down. So every once in a while, when you do a movement, speed it up a little bit and see if you can find this central settle down. You can find the push and support. Try to go back to the other side. Again, imagine there's this big hole, there's a big weight, you're throwing the weight this way, throwing the weight this way. Throw it and stop, throw it and stop, throw it and stop, throw it and stop. Okay, so that's something which perhaps if you have time this week, a couple of minutes before you do the form or after you've done the form, just play with this and see what it feels like. So Aileen has joined us. Welcome, Aileen. And Michael has joined us as well. Hey, Michael. We're going to start practicing together now. Before we do, are there any questions? Okay. Yes, go ahead, Steve.
Just on that last practice thing with the stances, and we're belly breathing, just belly breathing, or do you actually breathe all the way up into your chest?
Right. So the kind of breathing that we're trying to do is abdominal breathing. Now, you can't help but fill your chest, because what's happening when you breathe in is, you've got this big diaphragm muscle. What happens when you breathe in is that this muscle contracts. And so this muscle contracting makes the space in your chest bigger, and that makes the air go into your chest. But when you breathe in, this movement down pushes your belly out. And then when you breathe in again, and this diaphragm relaxes, your belly moves back into the space. And what we're trying to do, Master Young says, when people talk about esoteric things like sync the chi to the dantian, what does that mean? It means abdominal breathing. And what does abdominal breathing mean? It means the kind of breathing that you just normally do when you're lying on your back when you're asleep. That's the kind of breathing that we want when we do the form.
Okay.
So yeah, your chest will move. And in fact, there are 4 diaphragms. There's actually this diaphragm. There's another diaphragm at the bottom of our pelvis called the perineum. There's another diaphragm here around the neck, and there's one at the bottom of your brain. And actually, they all move. I can only feel this one. Some people can feel all of them moving. So that's ultimately, if you practice long enough, you have enough lives, that's where you end up.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let us practice together. So we'll just start from the beginning of the 3rd section. I'm going to use my little red tab. This will be the front of the room. So I'm assuming that we started going in that direction of the, where this little red boy, you can barely see it, but I'm going to have to use something bigger. Okay, let's go with that. All right, so that's the front of the room. So we're in cross hands at the beginning of the 3rd section. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain.
Embrace tiger, return to the mountain.
Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal single whip. Wild horse parts its mane. 1. 2. 3. 'Grassbird's tail. Ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles. 1. 2.
1.
And stop. So that's as far as we got. Let's do that again. So this time I'm going to face the other way. So I'll face this way to begin with. Okay. And we'll do the same thing. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Shift your weight, turn the left toe almost to straight. The arms open as they close to the side, step almost to the corner, brush and push. You're in a bow stance almost to the corner. Roll back, shifting the weight back, lift the right palm to the shoulder, push out with the right, pull with the left, complete your roll back to the left corner. Press, closing the arms, press out. Push, flatten the palms, square the chest, sit back, palms vertical in front of the ribs, pushing out. Diagonal single whips, sit the weight back, flatten the palms, pull with the left, right foot goes to the front, continue pulling to the corner, push down, going to diagonal single whip, make your whip to the side, step out to the corner with the left foot, single whip. Wild horse parts its mange, sit your weight back, turn the left toe almost to straight, but not straight. Close the arms, right under left, step out, almost to corner, open up with the right arm. Shift weight back, lift the right foot, open the right foot slightly, grab and pull with the right arm. Close the arms and step, and wipe up with the left arm. 3, open, put the left foot down, step out, more than straight on the right. Grassbird's tail, shift your weight back slightly, close the toe to the corner, arms close as the left foot comes in and out, step into, ward off left. You're looking to the side, left arm is almost straight to the side. Ward off right, sit your weight back slightly, turn the left toe to the corner, grab and pull with the left hand to the left, arms closed, right foot comes in and out, heel touch when the arms are closed, ward off right. Roll back, both arms rotate to the corner, and then sit back, weight with the waist turn to the other corner. Press, both arms close, left palm to right forearm center, push up and out, left palm is shoulder height. Press, flatten the palms, chest square to the side, sit back the palms in front of the ribs as the weight comes back, push out with the legs, the waist, and the palms. Single whip, flatten the palms, sit back the waist, pull with the left hand, right foot pivots, turns 135 degrees, arms back in front of the chest, single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles. Number 1. Sit back the weight, left foot turns 135 degrees, both arms to the side. Change your right foot points to the side. Shuttle the left under the right, step out, ward off, and strike. You're in a left bow stance to the corner. Number 2, push down with both arms. Pull to the right, left foot goes to the back. Shuttle the right under the left, step through with the right foot to the corner, and strike. And we'll stop there. Okay, Terry's with us as well, and Michael's on video. Great to see you folks. Welcome. Okay, so are there any questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
On the first moves, my question is, let's see, question is, okay, when you come around and you step out, my question is on your right foot, when you step out for the first time, is it more straight to your right or is it kind of angled out to the right side?
So Michael, I'm not sure which movement you're talking about. Can you give me the setup again?
Sure.
Are we talking about the Fair Lady Works Shuttle?
No, it's very, very beginning.
Okay. Embrace Tiger from when we started cross hands?
Yes. At that point.
Yes.
When you step out, at this point, when you step out, is your right foot just basically going straight to the right? It's not really stepping out forward. It's more just stepping over to the right.
Okay.
with your
Okay.
toe pointed straight.
Okay, so let me try and answer that question. So it's a little bit complicated because I'm going to start facing in the same direction you'd face, but the thing is you're going to end up going behind you, right?
Right.
So let me turn around. So I'm going to say this is the front now. So I start in cross hands. So the first thing I do is I shift my weight to the right turn. My left foot is more than corner, less than straight.
Correct.
I'm now going to step into a bow stance. That means my right leg is going to be behind me, more than straight, less than corner. In other words, there's 45 degrees between my back foot and my front foot. My back foot is between corner and straight, and my front foot is between straight and the other corner.
So I noticed that when you did that, I noticed that on your left foot, left toe is about straight across to your right heel.
Yes. Yes. What the way Master Young talks about it is, in theory, you could turn this foot all the way to 90 degrees, but we don't. That's really very tight here.
Correct.
So you turn it almost to the side, but not quite. So if I were to do it this way, I'll do the turn and then let's see where I end up. So I'm going to shift my weight to the right, pivot on my left. Now I'll take this foot out of the way. So you can see this foot is not straight, but it's almost there.
Correct.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, the left foot wasn't much of a concern because I realized that you were setting your left foot up for a bow step.
Correct.
And the right foot, my curiosity was, how far do you step just to the right, or do you step out to the right? And when you step out to the right, is your left toe and right heel in a straight line to each other?
No, they are not. Very good question. So what we're doing is we're stepping into a bow stance behind us. So that means, so I'm going to turn my left foot. Now, when I step out, I have to step. Actually, let me start over here so you can see it from the side. So when I step out with my right, I've got to step wide enough with my right so that when I check my bow stance, in other words, I take my back foot, turn it parallel to my front foot, bring it forward, that I've got a bow stance. So that means that it's not a center line two sides. So when I'm here, I'm not stepping out my right foot on the line to my hip. It's shoulder width to the right of it. Let me use a prop.
I'm sorry.
Let's see, what can I use? Yeah, let's use this. All right. So this will be my line. So I'm going to turn.
Right.
So this, when I step out, that's the direction that my right foot is going. I don't know if you can even see it.
I can see it.
And that's the direction that that's the direction past my left heel. So you can see that I've got shoulder width here. What that means is that and I think this is what you're keying into, is that when you step with your right foot, you need to widen your stance to make sure that you end up in a bow stance width when you're done.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. So let us practice the shuttles. So what I'm going to do is we'll do 1 and 2 first, and then at the end, when we get to 22 the hour, I'll introduce the others. I'm going to use my props here. The odds are that I'm going to get confused. So if you're confused, check that it's not me that's confused. It's probably going to be me. All right. So I'll first start facing in the same direction as you are going to be facing. So we're going to start, this is the forward direction. We're all going to start in the forward direction. We've done single whip. And so we're going to do Fair Lady Works Shuttles 1 and 2. And just to review, what we're going to end up doing is Fair Lady Works Shuttles 1 is going to be a left bow stance to that corner. Then we're going to turn this way around and we're going to end up in a right bow stance to the other corner. And so that's what we're going to be trying to do. So let's do just the footwork first. So we're in a bow stance. We've done single whip, but I'm just going to talk about the footwork. You can do the arms if you want, but I'll just focus on the footwork first. So shift weight back. So 1, shift weight back, turn the left toe 135 degrees. So your left toe is now pointed to the front right corner. It's in the one direction. 2, pick up the right foot and put it down. So your right foot is now pointing to the side. And this, Michael, is a case where you're one line, two sides. Because this is a transitional step, I'm going to step through into a bow stance. So that's Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 1. So let's do that again for the footwork, and then we'll continue to number 2. So shift weight back, turn the left foot 135 degrees. That's number 1. Number 2, change the right foot. Number 3, shift your weight onto the right foot. Number 4, step out, left heel touch, just the heel touch. Number 5, shift your weight forward into a bow stance. Now let's do the arm movements here for number 1. You really can't. Let's do the footwork for number 2 as well, and then I'll turn around, and then you can see the arm movements better. Okay, so we'll do the footwork for number 1 and then for number 2. So number 1, shift weight back, turn the left toe 135 degrees. 2, shift, pick up the right foot, turn it, right foot's going to the side. 3, shift your weight onto the right foot. 4, step out, shoulder width apart, heel touch. 5, shift your weight forward, heel ball toe. This is the end of the Fair Lady number 1. Now we'll do number 2. 1, shift your weight back onto the right. 2, pivot the left foot, so the left foot is now facing behind you. 3, step out, heel touch. 4, foot flattens. 5, finish your bow stance. Let's do those 2 together again. So footwork, 1, shift back weight and turn the left toe 135. 2, shift onto the left foot, pick up the right, put it down, right foot's now pointing to the corner. 3, shift your weight onto the right foot. 4, step through, heel touch, setting up for a bow stance. 5, finish your bow stance. Now, number 2. 1, shift your weight back. 2, turn the left toe 135 degrees so it's behind you. 3, step to the other corner, heel touch. 4, flatten the foot. 5, bow stance. So now let's do that again. Hopefully the footwork is clear enough now so you won't be too confused if you see my arms. So now I'm going to face you. So this now is the front. That's 1. Okay. So let's do the arm movement. So we are in single whip. 1, sit back, and as that left foot comes around, the left arm comes around. The end of 1, both arms are pointing to the side. 2, pull the left arm to the left, the right hook releases, change your footwork. 3, move forward, the right arm comes to the right, left arm goes under the right. Your arm is pointed at the corner. 4, step out, heel touch. Your right arm is in this cradle the baby, left arm is connecting out. 5 is strike. This is shuttle number 1. Now, number 2, sit back your weight, press or push down with both arms. But the arms are about chest height. Right fingertips to left forearm center. Pull around. Step behind you. Heel touch. Open the arms. And 5, strike. Do that again. Okay, so we're in single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 1. Step 1, shift your weight back. Left arm circles all the way around, both arms to the side. Sit back, weight, release the hook, pull with the left arm, change the right foot so that you're touching with the right heel. Shift, number 3, shift your weight onto the right, shuttle the left under the right. Open the arms as you touch with the heel, and ward off up and strike as you come forward. That's Fair Lady number 1. Number 2, step 1, press down with both arms. 2, circle, pull around. 3, step behind you. Arms are crossed, heel touch. Foot, number 4, foot flattens, the right arm wards out, left arm is holding the baby. 5, ward out, ward up, and strike. So let me just check. Are there any questions? Any burning questions about this?
I have a hard time when on the second movement, as I come out and I turn around, so I'm facing the opposite direction, and then I want to take my right foot and place it behind me.
Yes.
I have a hard time bringing that right foot all the way around me.
Okay. So let me show you an accommodation, Michael, that you can use, on when you're struggling to get around.
Okay.
So we've done. Let's see. Actually, so let me just get these things out of the way so I don't confuse the issue. So I'm going to assume. So let's say we've done. This is Fair Lady number 1. So I'm in a bow stance, left bow stance to the corner. So you're going to turn your left toe as far as it'll go.
That's okay. I can do that.
That you can do. Just pick up the right foot and just put it down behind the left, any old where. Doesn't matter where. This is just a transitional step with the right foot.
Right.
Pick up your left and put down your left that it's pointing to the corner. That's going to be the left side of your bow stance. And then step out with your right into your final bow stance.
I got it. That makes sense.
So just use that, and let's just talk about how the coordination would work for that. So it would be something like this. So 1, you're pulling down. 2, this is still good. This is still the same. 3, you're going to shuttle your arms around, tap step with the right, put your left foot down, heel touch. This is still all 3, because 3, the coordination point is your arms are crossed, your heel is down. 4, the foot flattens, you're warding out. 5, strike.
Okay, that helps.
Okay, good. So just a couple of things I want to mention, and before we practice this a few more times, because they're sort of hard to see on the video. The one is so let's say we're in this left bow stance at the end of Fair Lady number 1, and we're going to push down. So what's going to happen is, I'm in this. I have to come backwards a little bit. So I'm going to press down, and my arms are going to be in this position relative to each other. So my palms are at 90 degrees to each other. And in fact, they're across the diagonal out from my chest. So I'm going to come from this position to this position. And essentially what we discussed this last week, what you're imagining is that somebody's striking to your center and you're essentially pushing down on their arm here. So one arm is at 45 degrees and the other arm is at 45 degrees. The two palms are at 90 degrees to each other. So this is that push down that you're doing. And it's at about, chest height. It's not very low and it's not very high. It's sort of, just pushing down because it's sort of in this angle. The other thing that I want us to be really clear about is just the coordination points for where the arms are. So let's just practice facing each other. So let's see. I just want to see. We go. So okay. Okay, so let's just start with both palms up. And I'm going to assume you're mirroring me, so I will talk about your left, which will be my right, but this is hopefully your left if you're in the mirror. So the left goes under the right. This is the shuttle, arms closed. Then there's an open. So your left is sort of connecting out and the right is holding the baby. Then your left goes out and your right strikes out. Then you press down, shuttle your right under your left, open, this is a coordination point, and then strike, this is a coordination point. So these two arms go together. It's not one and then the other, these two go together. So let's do that again. Press down, shuttle your left under your right. So this is one coordination point, arms closed. Then both arms open. One opens to connect out, the other one opens to this position here. Then strike, so up and strike out. And what I'd like you to do, your shoulders allowing, is try and make sure that this palm is horizontal and that it's sort of in front of your head here. Try not to have it close. It's as far as you can comfortably get it. So have a nice round open shape. Okay, so let's do that together one more time, and then we'll do Fair Lady 3 and 4, and we'll go back to do 1 and 2 again as well. Okay, so I'm going to face in this direction. So we start with single whip. So Fair Lady number 1, sit back, wait, circle the arms to the right. That's step 1. Step 2, pull the left arm to the left, release the hook, step with the right foot. Right palm is now pointing up. 3, arms cross. You're looking at the corner, right arm is to the corner. 4, arms open, step out with the heel. 5, ward up and strike. Now we're going to do Fair Lady number 2. Number 1, push down, shift your weight back. Number 2, shift your weight, pull around. 3, shuttle the right arm under the left as you step behind you, however you do that. 3, open the arms, the foot flattens. 5, strike out. Okay. Any questions about that?
Nope, 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 nope.
Nope, nope, nope. Good, good, good. Okay. So now we're going to do Fair Lady 3 and 4. And as advertised, Fair Lady Works Shuttles goes to the 4 corners. And I've numbered the corners. We're going to start, and this will be the facing the way you do. We go corner number 1. This is a left bow stance to this corner. Then we're going to turn this way around, and then we do a right bow stance to corner number 2. So that was like a 3/4 circle. Now we're just going to turn through 90 degrees and do a left bow stance to corner 3. Then we're going to go the long way around and end up with a right bow stance to corner 4. Fair Lady number 4 is identical to Fair Lady number 2. It's just offset by 180 degrees. So if you can do Fair Lady number 2, you can do Fair Lady number 4. Fair Lady number 3 is very similar to Fair Lady number 1. But the transition is slightly different. So 1 and 3 are very similar, and 2 and 4 are identical. So let's start off by saying we've done Fair Lady number 2. And so let me just show you Fair Lady 2 and 3. You all know it, but just to refresh your memory, we're starting off with a right bow stance to the number 2 corner. We push down, change the right foot, shuttle the left under the right, and go to the 3 corner. And then 4, push down, come around, step out, open, and strike to the 4 corner. So that's 3 and 4. So let's do the footwork for number 3. You're going to have to figure out what works best for you in terms of direction you're pointing in. So let me just first do it in, like if I was practicing the way you're doing. So we're going to the front left corner with Fair Lady number 2. Right bow stance. Step 1, shift your weight back. The right toe lifts up. Number 2, change your footwork. So you're just going to rotate your right foot by 45 degrees so that it goes to the side. 3, you're going to bring the left foot in. 4, heel touch. 5, foot flattens. Again, so the footwork, you're starting in a right bow stance. 1, shift the weight back. You're lifting your right toe. 2, change your footwork. 3, shift your weight to the right, bring the left foot in. 4, step out, heel touch. 5, knee bends. One more time. So we're in a right bow stance to the corner. 1, shift weight back. Right toe comes up. 2, pick up the right foot, put it down exactly in the same place, turn 45 degrees. So your right foot is now to the side. Shift your weight onto the right, pick up the left, ready to step out. 4, step out, heel touch. 5, knee bends. So that's the footwork. What I'm doing when I'm sort of breaking these things into freeze frames is I've done it so that all 4 Fair Ladies have a 5 count. The coordination points are slight. There's a few slight differences we can talk about. But if you want to remember, 5 coordination points is what you want for Fair Lady Works Shuttles. And of course, another of the principles is practice continuously without interruption. So we know that when we actually do the form, we don't want to like stop the way I do it when we're learning it or reviewing it. Everything is continuous from the beginning of each movement to the end of each movement. Okay, so let's do number 2. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just change my orientation so that you can see better. Okay, so this is now, the red dot is where the front would be, if you're keeping track of that. So Fair Lady number 2, I'm in a right bow stance. Hand up, here. So 1, shift weight back, press down. You know this bit. 2, pick up the right foot, rotate, put down the heel. Your arms don't change. 3, the arms open, and then left goes under right as the left foot comes in. 4, ward off out, right arm is cradling the baby, holding the football. And then 5, push out. I guess I should say hold the football in honor of all the games tomorrow, since it's Thanksgiving. Okay, let's do that again. So we're in a right bow stance. Remember that It's like an adjusted brush knee. So brush knee, you know, your left arm would be out here instead of your right arm by the right thigh. It's up. So 1, shift weight back, press down with the palms. Check your right palm is going to the side. Your right palm is going to the front. 2, pick up the right foot, change it. 3, open the arms and shuttle the left under the right. Your right arm is pointing to the corner. 4, arms open, heel touch. 5, strike out. Again, right bow stance to the corner, right arm up. 1, shift weight back, press down both palms, right heel lifts up. 2, pick up the right foot, change it by 45 degrees. 3, shift the weight to the right as the arms open and then close again. When the left arm comes under the right, your left foot is by the right heel. 4, open, cradle the football. 5, strike. So a couple of things actually, there's really just one thing I want to mention here. You can see that I'm in this bow stance, I'm shifting back, and I'm changing my foot by 45 degrees. You might well ask the question, why don't you just pivot on the heel? Why do you pick the foot up? And the reason we pick the foot up is to remind ourselves that actually this is where we can adjust our direction from or our distance from the opponent. And so, you know, you can think about the hand form as a library of martial arts techniques with a couple of reminders here and there. And so this picking up of the foot and putting it back in exactly the same place is a reminder that you don't have to put it back in the same place. If your opponent is coming for you and you want to step back, you can. So this is a place where you can actually change your position. This is very similar, as I keep saying, the third section is, you know, it's all repeats. So if you think back to raise hands, step forward, going into white crane, early in the first section, so you pull down, and your right foot, you pick it up and just put it back down again, and you do white crane. This is the same thing. It's the same reasoning. It's again, it's to remind us that we can, in fact, step back if we need to in a martial arts situation, or we can step forward. That's why we pick up the foot and put it down. Let's practice that a few more times. Okay. Right bow stance to the corner, right arm over the head. Fair lady number 3. Step 1, shift weight back, press down with both arms. 2, pick up the right foot, change through 45 degrees. 3, shift the weight to the right, open the arms, close them again. Palms are both up, left foot by right ankle. 4, heel touch, arms cradle. 5, strike. Again. Right bow stance, right arm over the head. 1, press down. 2, pick up the right foot, put it back down again. Open. Close, left foot by right heel. Open and strike. Next thing I want to talk about is waist turn. Where is you know, it's not just footwork and arm movements, it's also the whole body turning. And if anybody's interested, Steve and I are going to be talking about waist exercises after class. So if you'd like some waist exercises, stay after class. What I want to remind you of is the waist turns, where our chest is pointing in this movement. So we're going to start here. Our arm is up, so our chest is pointing at the corner at the end of Fair Lady number 2, right? When we press down, our chest is square to this side, which is to the left side. Now we're going to shift to the right and shuttle the left under the right. Now my chest is pointing to the corner. As I open my arms, my chest is going back to square. As I strike, it turns again to the left. So there's a lot of movement of your, and that's where the power in your movements come from, is this turning of your waist, in other words, your lower spine. So let's just go through that again. So we're at the beginning, so our chest is to the corner. Press down, chest goes to the left, so the chest is now square. Change the footwork. 3, open and close the arms. Now your chest is to the corner in the same direction as your right arm. As the arms open, your chest opens, so your chest is now back to square. As you strike, your chest turns to the left again, so you're now to the left corner. Again, we're in right bow stance. 1, press down, right toe lifts. 2, change your footwork. 3, open the arms, shuttle left under right. 4, heel touch. 5, strike. So from here, we're just going to do a Fair Lady number, the same as Fair Lady number 2, which we're going to call it Fair Lady number 4. So let me just set up again for the standard directions. And so we'll do Fair Lady 3 and 4 together. So this is the front. And we've done Fair Lady number 1 and number 2. So I'm doing I finished number 2. I'm in a right bow stance to the corner. I'm going to do Fair Lady number 3 and then Fair Lady number 4. So step 1, shift weight back, push down with both palms. Number 2, change the right foot, pick it up, put it down, 45-degree turn. 3, shift your weight to the right, open the arms, close them again as your left foot comes to the right ankle. 4, step out, heel touch. 5, shift forward, foot flatten, strike out. Now we're going to do Fair Lady number 4, which is the same as Fair Lady number 2. 1, press down. 2, change the left foot 135 degrees. Both palms are now to the front. Last time they were to the back. Sit back. Step 3, arms closed, step out, heel touch. 4, foot flattens, ward off out. 5, strike and warding up. Again, we'll start at the end of Fair Lady number 2. So we've got a right bow stance to the corner, right hand over the head. 1, press down, right toe lifts. 2, pick up the right foot, put it back down again, turning 45 degrees. 3, shuttle the left under the right, bringing the left foot to the right heel. 4, cradle the football, heel touch. 5, strike out with the right arm. Fair Lady number 4, press down is 1. 2, turn the left foot 135 degrees, both arms to the front. 3, step behind you, heel touch, arms crossed. 5, foot flattens, arms open. 5, strike out. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, you remember this, the chest movement that I talked about with Fair Lady number 3? We have a same thing in Fair Lady number 2. In Fair Lady number 1. And I'm going to get rid of all these props. They're just going to confuse matters. Fair Lady number 1 hopefully is pretty clear in your minds. I just want to focus on where the chest turns are in Fair Lady number 1. So Fair Lady number 1, we're starting in single whip. So the first one, our chest is to the corner as our arms come to the side. Step 2, when we pull the left arm to the left, release the right foot, right palm, our chest is square. 3, when we shift over and shuttle the left under the right, our chest is to the corner. 4, when we open, chest is to the side. 5, back to the corner. Do that again. We're in single whip. Going into fair lady number 1. Step 1, turning the chest all the way to the corner. 2, as you pull your left arm to the left, release the hook and change your right foot, your chest is now open to the front. 3, as you shuttle the left under the right, your chest is to the corner. 4, as you step out with the heel, your chest is to the side. 5, as you strike, the chest comes back to the corner. And stop. Any questions? Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, when you're cradling the baby or cradling the football,
Yes.
is your left hand or right hand, whichever one? Say if you're say your right hand, left hand, my left hand. Am I bringing that back up to my chest like this, or am I just bringing it out and pushing?
Yeah. So you're bringing it out in front of your shoulder.
Okay, right.
And so it's actually the position, if you think about brush knee. So when we do brush knee and then we push,
Right.
the brush knee, the palm is in front of the shoulder. It's exactly the same configuration of the upper and lower arm. It's just your palm is facing the other way.
Oh, so it's about the same distance between your palm and your shoulder.
Yeah.
As if you're doing a
Exactly.
brush.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers my question.
Yep. The one thing I don't think any of us have a problem with this, best I can tell, but it's always worth just reminding ourselves. When we were doing standing practice, remember we say absorb the chest round the back.
Right.
So when we have this cradle movement, actually whether it's brush knee push or this one, we want to make sure that our elbow isn't past the side of our body. So we don't want to be like this, because if we're like this, it opens the chest. We want to have the chest sinking, not like this, but like this. So we want to make sure that your elbow never goes behind the side of your body. That is another way of saying that is keep your chest sinking. So let us just for one last time, let's do the whole Fair Lady Works Shuttles. This will be the front, so I'm going in the same direction as you. We're going to start in a bow stance. After we've done Parting Wild Horse's Mane. So, Fair Lady Works Shuttle. Number 1, shift weight to the right, left arm makes round circle to the right side, chest to the corner. Pull the left back, release the right hook, step with the right foot, chest to the square. Shuttle the left arm under the right, chest to the corner, step out, cradle, chest to the side, strike, chest to the corner. Number 2, press down with both arms, your chest goes from the corner to the side. Pull around. Your chest is to the back. Now step behind you, heel touch. As the arms open, the chest are to the side. As you strike out, the chest is to the corner. That's Fair Lady number 2. Number 3, press down, right heel lifts, chest is now square to the side. Pick up the right foot, change. Number 3, open the arm, shuttle the left under the right, your chest is to the corner. 4, step out, chest to the side. 5, strike, chest back to the corner. Fair Lady number 4, shift weight back, press down, chest goes from corner to square. 2, pull. 3, shuttle the right arm under the left, step behind you, heel touch, arms crossed. 4, foot flattens. 5, strike. And stop. So we'll stop there. I ran a little long. I apologize for that. But what I've done, if you look in the chat, there are a couple of links. There's links to Master Young doing the form. There's links to the videos for section 3. So Nancy and Rita and myself, all the videos that we've done, if you want to review. And there's also a link to the classes that the school has if you want to check out other classes. Let us close class. 同学们，再见。
是